Hello everybody, we are going to be looking at the basics of a coordinate plane today. So first thing that you want to know is that this is split up into 4 quadrants. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants. And then you have 2 axes. And so this line here, the one that looks like a number line, that is going to be your x-axis. That means that you have your positives over on the right, just like you would on a number line. Your 0 is right here in the middle, and then you have your negatives to the left. Okay, so that is going to be your x-axis, and then the other one is going to be your y-axis, and this one is more like a thermometer. And so your positives are up here, and then your negatives are below. So the way that my teacher always told me, that way I never forgot, was this one is the y-axis. And so I've never forgotten that. It is the vertical one. Let's go ahead and look at a couple of these. So if we have this middle one here, where x is 0 and then y is at 0, this is what we call the origin. Now you do need to learn this and memorize it. We have what we call coordinates. And so your coordinate is going to be in parentheses, and you'll have your x and then your y value. So it's always x then y. Okay, if you forget that, just think about the alphabet, W, X, Y, Z. So x comes first. Okay, so at the origin, we have our x at 0 and then our y also at 0. And let's go ahead and just plot a few of these. That way you know how to write your coordinate. All right, so let's do one right here. We will do one right here, one right here, and then one right here. Okay, so when you're doing this, you always want to find what value on the number line is it, and then you'll go to the y value. Okay, so the number line, that's your x-axis, so we're going to find that one first. So we'll start with this first one right here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is the 6th one on the number line. So my coordinate will be written as 6, comma, and then whatever y is. Now we look at vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have 7. And you can also look at it like this. So you go down the number line and then up. And then where does that fall on here? It would be at 6, 7. All right, let's go ahead and look at this other one here on the left. So we'll be in this quadrant here. So we always look at our number line first. So we're over 1, 2. So we are at -2. And we can also draw our dotted line. So here we are at -2, comma, and then my y. What am I vertically? 1, 2, 3. So my coordinate would be -2, 3. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at this next one. So I always start with my x-axis. So I'm at -7 here. Then my y-axis, what would I be at here? It would be at -3. So my coordinate is -7, -3. All right, let's look at this one. So here I would be at 2 for my x, and then -6 for my y. And some people, I just want to address this because a lot of people tend to miss the ones that are directly on the axis. So let's go ahead and look at some of those. So if I have one right here, and then maybe one right here. Okay, so on my x, my number line, I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my x is going to be 5, while my y is, if I go here vertically, right? Oh, look at that. It meets at 0. My y is 0. My x is not 0. My y is 0. Okay? Now, if we look at this other point, on the number line, this one here is directly aligned with 0, which means that my x is going to be 0 and my y is at -2. Okay, so just so you guys are aware of that, make sure that you get those correct or you will probably get some answers wrong. So know the difference when it is on the axis, whether it's the x or the y, and just know how to write that coordinate. All right, so those are the basics of the coordinate plane. Let me know if you have any other questions.